Okay, so let's progress into the supination biased calf raise using that forward lean or forward angle calf raise. Now I did mention that I don't like to pre-position the toe in extension as we're doing a calf raise, your standard calf raise. What I meant by that is I don't like to have the client position the toe in extension like this, for example, where I have the toe like that and then doing a calf raise, because you can imagine the metatarsal heads are just crushing into the ground. It doesn't feel very comfortable on the metatarsal heads when you do that. But you can certainly use a wedge, which is a bit more comfortable, to position the big toe in extension, come up into this standing position, elevate the heel from the ground. So again, I'm still biased in a mid-range position of the ankle here. I can crush the toe in, I can crush the metatarsal head into the wedge as well. Not as easy as crushing the big toe into the wedge though. And I can hold that position there. You can see that the foot is a bit more supinated. I'll show you from behind as well. And we can go through dynamic calf raises here as well. The key thing here though is that I'm going to try to do a dynamic calf raise, not biased towards dorsiflexion, but biased towards plantarflexion. So I'm going to come to the mid-range and go up. Come back to the mid-range and up. And that's how it'll look when I do the forward lean calf raise as well. I'll show you a bigger picture of what this looks like as well on the screen. But generally, and I did mention that we can do this with both feet first, that makes it a bit easier for the client to get that intentional crush through the big toe flexors, because sometimes when you put someone on a single leg, you put a lot of demand on that leg, and so it's very difficult to ask the toe flexors to take all that load. Generally, you're going to feel that just into the calves. But when you have both legs loading, it distributes the pressure across both legs, which gives you a greater opportunity to experience that crush through the big toe flexors. You'll see what I mean when you try it. But I'm going to show you with one leg here. So I'm setting up in a little bit more dorsiflexion at the beginning with my body leaning forward towards the wall. I like to have the clients extend their elbows so they don't feel like they're doing a tricep isometric at the same time. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to elevate this front leg here, and I'm going to rise up onto the toes here. And you can see that as I rise up onto the toes, I'm actually in a mid-range position of dorsiflexion now, but I have a lot more toe extension. Whereas if I did it here, for example, if I'm just rising up here and I'm in mid-range or in the mid-range position of the ankle, slightly plantar flexed, I don't have that much toe extension. So that makes the big difference here is that when I'm in this position here and I go from being very dorsiflexed to the mid-range, now in the mid-range, I have a lot more toe extension. So I'm elevating here, I'm crushing down through the big toe. Again, you can crush down through the metatarsal head as well, but I'm trying to direct that force up and forward towards the wall. So I can do that as an isometric, or what I can do is I can do a partial range up, back to the mid-range, up, back to the mid-range, up, back to the mid-range, all while I'm crushing that big toe down into the ground as well. Now I can add a bit more of a pelvic twist as well. I'll show you what that looks like from behind. I can hold that as an isometric. You'll see a little bit more supination be expressed into the foot as well. You might feel that more into the arch, burning sensation into the arch, and then we can go through dynamic repetitions there as well. Now we don't want to do this where you're just driving the pelvis up and we're almost kind of dropping the shin back the way. We want to project the body up and forward towards the wall. So we're actually getting that load into the plantar flexors. If I'm just driving the pelvis up to the ceiling, I'm not really keeping that tension on the plantar flexors and coupling that with supination.